Hi everyone, happy Valentine's Day. And today I went to the bins for Valentine's Day. I completely forgot it was Valentine's Day until I came home and my husband wished me a happy Valentine's Day. So I hope your day is going great. I'm gonna jump right in with a haul that I got yesterday. My husband had to go to the doctor, and right next door to his new doctor was a consignment shop that I hadn't been in. And it's a really nice one. It's well set up. The prices are a little high, but as you'll see, I got some stuff off the sale rack. So the first thing is Missoni, and this was their For Target label. And they had a rack outside for $2.99. So this piece came off of that rack. Got like a zigzag knit in the back that's sheer, and then a floral front. It's in really good shape. I don't see any issues with it. And $2.99. Okay, I have the receipt here for this because the regular price on this was $17.99, but I paid $9.71. This consignment shop does, I think what most consignment shops do, they lower the price kind of as the thing sits there. So these were a pair of black Lululemons. And the size can be found, the size can be found in the little coin pocket. So they're a size 6, there's a dot. And I don't know what style these are. They're capri, really stretchy. They have this waist. I don't know. I'm guessing they're an older style, but I hardly ever find Lululemon around here. And so for $9, they look like they're in good shape. I might only make $5–10 bucks on them, but I think they'll be an easy flip. Next are these. Polo Ralph Lauren. It's the Polo Sport label, which I think is an older label. And I paid, okay, so they were $9.99, and they must have been 15% off. I don't know the prices. $7.49, so that's 25% off. Okay, so these were $7.49. And they're bright yellow, and they have the breakaway legs. So the snaps are really easy, and there's like mesh interior. They did have a few noticeable flaws. Unfortunately, they're right at the front. So I will try to pre-treat these, but I think because of the polo spell out and just it's a good size, and with the drawstring still there even, these are a fairly iconic color for them. I don't know, maybe $20 to $30 after I wash them. Next, this was another $2.99 find. This is Moth by Anthropologie. Okay, so it just says Moth. There's a red dot. This is a size medium. A soft sweater. It doesn't have much detail. It does have like this crossover design in the front with a little bit of crochet work, I guess. Pretty light, airy. I liked it. It was in good shape. $2.99. Another $2.99 find was Free People. And the label is right at my fingers. Okay, so Free People, this is a different label than I normally find. Free People has a lot of labels. There we go. Okay, it is sequin. It's a lot of sequins. It has this like, it's definitely sleeveless, and it has like a ruffle around the front and back, and then it's cinched at the waist, and it's a longer kind of peplum. And then there's a keyhole in the back. So for $2.99, I thought I would try it. I don't always do great with Free People, but this one had enough sparkle that I liked it. And the thrift store was so clean. It's a consignment shop. So clean, and everything you could just tell was like hung up perfectly. There was nothing falling off the hangers, and it was well lit. It was like a more of a boutique, beachy vibe. So I'm really glad I found it, because they also take donations on consignment, and they take furniture, and we find a lot of really good furniture out by the road. And I love to paint things like aqua beachy blue. Actually, I'll insert a few photos of furniture I've done in the past. And I think they would take it, so that's exciting. This I bought for myself, and I paid $7.99. I paid full price for this, but this isn't the piece that I loved. It's just an oversized cotton tank top, and on the front there's a picture, and it says, "I'm happiest when I'm floating in the sea." Loved it. Probably not worth $7.99 if it didn't have that, but I know this will be one of those pieces I wear all the time. And lastly, this is my very, very favorite. It is a dress, and the print is chairs, and it's smocked, and then it has a full skirt. Isn't it lovely? It's vintage, and I recognize the label, and this label does really well. I've sold like a jumper. I think it's an 80s label. I'll show you the label. It's Jean Mark. And I sold a jumper a while back for, I think, $140. And this one is just darling. So I'll price this high. I'll show you the back. It has like this little button and then a little keyhole. Oh, I might try this on, but I'd have nowhere to wear this. But this is so my aesthetic. Beachy and pretty and cottony, and it's got pockets. It's so good. Don't you love it? I love it. Okay, so that was the entire haul there, and I paid $56.65. So definitely more expensive than the bins, but I really enjoyed going. I got their whole write-up on what they accept. So next time I go through my inventory, it doesn't necessarily have to go through to ThredUp. It can go to these people. And I think I get 40 or 50% of what they sell. 45% of the selling price, and they really have their act together. So bravo to them. Okay. Then I went to the bin this morning, and at the end of this, I'll insert some footage of me waking up and trying to get ready for the bins. They open at 8 o'clock no matter what day it is, and we live, I don't know, like 10-15 minutes away. So it's a little bit of a stretch for my body to wake up that quickly. But I'm glad I went. I had a good time. I'll start out with the thing that I almost always get at the bins. Lululemon, another one. So now I definitely have 5 or 6. I think I have 2 pieces of Lululemon to sell. I'll probably put them with this, and that way somebody will get the bag included. They had a sunbeam blanket, an electric blanket, and the blanket was pretty much trashed. You could just tell. It wasn't like stained, but it was pilling really bad and just loose threads and things like that. So I got the cord. I've sold these before for about $10 to $20, and the blanket worked. I made sure the blanket worked, and then I pulled the cord. And it's in pretty good shape. I'll go over it with a little bit of a magic eraser for the scuffs, but always pull the cords. So maybe $15. This was a weird one. This is a stack of Lilly Pulitzer fabric scraps. So somebody had been doing some sort of project and been saving scraps. So I'll just show you a few of them. The pieces aren't very big, but Lilly Pulitzer material almost always says Lilly. I don't know what somebody would be making with something this small, but it looks like she had cut them for a very specific thing. This one is of mice, and I'll show you a few more of them. Strawberries. There's got to be, I don't know, maybe 50 to 75 different pieces here. Some of them do have more than what I'm showing you. Like this one has this, but it's thin. I mean, they're all very thin pieces, but they say Lily. So I'll just lot them all up and stick $9.99 on them. I probably paid, linen is 50 cents a pound. So this is definitely less than a pound. I paid less than 50 cents for them. But different, I like something different. Yeah, this one's my favorite because it has the seashells. I wish I knew what she was making with them. Make for a really pretty quilt. So anyway, there's quite a bit of them. Next, this is hard goods. They are decorative window finials for curtain rods. I don't know if you'll be able to see the detail, but they are made by hand, and I thought I would try them. I have some 31 items. 31 does pretty decently for me. This is some kind of bag with different pockets and prints. I don't know what this one is called, so I'll have to figure it out. I have another one somewhere. Then I just got some things for my niece. I'll be putting together her March box this week. So I've been looking for felt, and they had all these fun felts. So she'll be able to cut out some doll clothes with them. So stay tuned for a box of stuff for her. Pipe cleaners for her. What kid doesn't like pipe cleaners? I found this for me. This Body Shop cream I really enjoy, and this is the 48. This body cream I really enjoy for me, and I opened it. It looks good. It smells good. And these usually cost me about $5.99 at TJ Maxx, I think, $6.99. So they charged me $0.25. Some more little bags for my niece. Some of her summer items will go in there. This I got for my husband. He was most excited about this. It's called Outdoor Goop, and it's stronger than glue. But for $0.25, worth it. Some more little things for my niece, just things to wrap things up in. This was free. It's just a piece of paper that says you became a millionaire. It's like fake money. I thought that would be fun to add something. We had just run out of one of these. I had a backup, but they are whiteout tape. Love when you find stuff like that. I think this is a good find. Somebody had thrown these back. They are the Fitbit bracelets, which don't go for a lot in themselves. And then when I turned the black one over, the Fitbit was still inside. So I have to get the charger for it and see if it works. We used to have Fitbits, but I'm bothered by any kind of jewelry on my wrists or anywhere. So if it works, I could get maybe $25 out of the whole lot. That's exciting. Next up, I hope this lighting is okay, guys. Not feeling the best today, but I still love to film. Wrecking Balm Tattoo Fade Refills. This is a set that supposedly helps remove tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, not because I'm against them, because I'm totally not against them. I love the idea of tattoos. It's just that I have enough pain in my life. So it comes with a 2-part gel kit and what looks like some sandpaper. And then it comes with 2 of these, which I guess are the applicators. I don't know how it works, but I'll put batteries in them. I always include batteries for things like this. That way the person doesn't have to buy batteries. And my husband and I always have batteries here. So I'll list that. They look like they're going for like $100, but I must be missing something. I can't imagine it going for that much. We'll see. Okay, this is something that's silly, but I've never seen any of the Clothing by Opening Ceremony, which is a higher end brand. So when I saw this little collaboration with Estee Lauder, I thought I wanted to pick this up. That way I can at least feel like I've sold Opening Ceremony. It'll probably bring like, what, $2, $3? This little package made me happy. This is a vintage epilator, and an epilator is a tweezer system with a rotating head. I use one occasionally for my legs, and when I don't, I wind up with giant razor marks, which I had today. I had to wear a giant Band-Aid because I cut myself with the razor. So epilators are always really, really good. I'll clean this one out. I don't know, maybe 20 bucks. We'll see. It has all the paperwork with it. Got it? Oh, I got some paints. I've been watching and been inspired by some YouTube painters lately, and I love painting. So these are cheap paints. Usually you can find them at Home Depot for like 50 cents. So I paid $1 each. It wasn't that big of a savings. I already have all the shades of blue. So I got silver, black, and white. A tiny little curling wand. This one is from Babyliss, so it's a good brand name. I got some satin ribbon. This will just be to tie packages with, my eBay packages, but just things of ribbon. I always appreciate ribbon. Okay, now the clothes. They have a lot of clothes. They have a lot of yucky clothes because they had been out for a couple days. Not yucky, just not well-known sellers. So the first thing I found was a girl's Patagonia, and it's purple with like a fake, what do we call this? Fake fur almost? Like a rippled fur. And it looks to be in new condition. It's really nice. And it still has the patch with nobody's name on it. This was a little heavy, and like I said, I really need to check that. It is, do they tell me? Apparel by the pound. They don't tell me, but I think it's $1.69 there. So this probably weighs a pound or a little bit more, so I probably paid about $2 for this. I don't know what I'll get, but loved the color, loved the brand. Next up is something that I don't think most people would have picked up. It looks like scrub pants. And they have just this small detail. They're like an army green. They really look like just pajama pants, and there's a giant tie. And the label didn't say too much inside. 100% cotton, made in the USA. So I found this little plaque label, and it's SKIFO. And when I looked that up, those pieces seem to be doing really well. So clearly it's like a boutique thing I don't get, but because it really feels like, it feels like Walmart Hanes men's pajama pants. But there we go. This was a good find, and I found this the first time before I went in the car and sat. Kleen, K-L-E-E-N. It is a dress with a hood. And the hood has like a see-through linen texture thing happening. It's very beachy looking. It's aqua. It's long. It has the same open textured material on the bottom. Let's see what material this is. This is size 38 or small linen with linen mesh. It says mesh instead of mesh. Made in the USA. So kangaroo pocket in the front. This is really a beachy dress. This is, somebody has money and can dress like that dress. I love that. Clean does really well. It's something I find sometimes. I'd like to find it more. This is divided by H&M, which isn't the best label, but it's an extra large, and it's galaxy print. It says spaced out. And it's really good shape. I don't see a flaw. Look how detailed that galaxy is. It's got rings around planets and different moons and stars. So pretty. Okay, I didn't look these up, but Marlboro. They're like nylon, you can hear them. They're definitely nylon pants. And they're in really good condition. I'm sure they're from like the 80s, 90s because they have the spandex at their ankles. And so there's a marble patch here with a pocket, and then inside it says Adventure Team Marlboro. So size large. So we'll see how much those bring. Probably what, $10? Vintage Abercrombie and Fitch. These are men's shorts in like an army dusty green color. And I like that the belt has the plastic buckle. These are like clearly hiking shorts. There's a lot of cargo pockets happening. It's funny because my husband's like, what size are those? This is his aesthetic to a T. But they're a small, and he is 6'6", so he is not a size small. This makes me so happy. The other day I was watching Bin Pickers, and they're also on YouTube. I'm sure everybody knows at this point. G and Michelle shop at the bins and show what they got, and they're just both lovely people. And they were talking about what they used to do before smartphones and when they first got started. And I remember also developing film, taking it to my husband's parents' house, and scanning in photos. And this was probably 2001. And then I got my first camera, and this was very close to what my first camera looked like. This is a digital camera, and I'm guessing, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's from maybe 2000. So the disc eject is here, and it takes floppy disks for a digital camera. I totally remember that. And not very many pictures would. So a few more things. This is a 31 company tote, and it has the branding of the 2002 National Conference on it. We have this same tote as our beach bag, and it works really well. It's got a lot of pockets. This one's clearly new. I didn't look it up, maybe 10, 15 bucks. And do you see what I'm holding? So many stockings. I just sold a lot of stockings. I think I now have a stocking supplier just down the road. I have to check with them to see if they have more. And they charged me $1 for 21 pairs of stockings. So these were probably more because they went by I think it's $1.69 weight. And there's pairs on the floor, but I can usually sell stockings in a lot for about $2 a pair. So I do pretty well there. And the last piece, nope, got one more. I picked this up. I thought I would send the stockings out to somebody in this little mesh Victoria's Secret bag. It's brand new with tags, but it used to hold probably panties and a bra or possibly some skimpy nightwear. Okay, so the last thing is 100% cashmere. It's really thick cashmere, and it's Bergdorf Goodman. And it is pilly, pilly, pilly. So I will be so excited to take my fabric shaver to this and see how much this improves. What size are you? You're 100% cashmere. We totally know that. This is heavy cashmere made in Scotland, size large. I'm guessing it probably did shrink a little bit, though it's fitting me. I don't know. We'll see. So that's everything I got at the bins. The bins cost me $13.96 the second time and about $8 the first time. So let's say $22 for basically everything you just saw. And should I guess? Okay, so I'm gonna guess the stockings should bring 30 in profit. This might bring 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. This is all for my niece. 160, 260, 270. Might have made about $300 profit at the bins, just depending on how things sell. And then at the other thrift store, I didn't do as well because I paid more. So maybe for the 2 days, once I get everything cleaned and listed, maybe $400, which isn't bad for a couple days of work. Of course, it's a lot more than a couple days, but yeah, I had a great time. I would highly recommend going to different thrift stores in your area, driving and going to the bins if you can find one within an hour's drive. The grossest thing I've seen at a bin, the bin pickers were also talking about this, was today. It was a partially eaten apple that somebody had put in there, I'm sure. So I've not seen anything grosser than that. I have seen tissues, but they appear clean, you know, like went through the laundry type of tissues. Spots definitely on items, unknown spots. But our bin isn't too much to the way of really gross things, thankfully. But bring gloves with you, wear a fanny pack, make it a day. It's really fun. And that's it. I have to get on to washing, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Okay, this is me. Just woke up and we're going to the bins. First, we might brush our teeth, wash our hair. Not wash our hair, brush our hair. I'm tired. Okay, my teeth are brushed and I washed my face. Hair. I slipped on it wet, so it's kind of curly, kind of crazy. I'll brush it. Okay, moving on to eating something. 6:35. I've been up for about 5 minutes and I'm waking up. I'm getting there. So I'm gonna drink some water and take my vitamins and take some Advil because I have my period, which stinks, and eat something because I'm always starving in the middle of the day. Beginning of the day, and probably the middle of the day. We are getting there. It is now about 6:40. I feel a little better now that I ate something. I went and saw my husband and told him I was going to go to the bins, and I have to print a shipping label next. Okay, makeup semi on, bun in, shirt on. I just have to put shorts and sandals on and pack my bag and maybe lay down a few more minutes. Okay, shorts on, shoes on, comfy shoes on, closet being closed. Bye, closet. I got some food ready. I have blueberries and another bar and some nuts. Pistachios. Okay, so this is what everything looks like. I'm going to get a bag, purse, fanny pack, nuts, bar, blueberries. And I am ready to be out the door. It's about 7:15, 7:20. I'll get to the bins a little bit early, but I'll throw my bag in and go sit back in the car like everybody else does. And I think that's it. I did pretty well. I'm glad I set an alarm this morning and didn't sleep in. Sometimes my medications make me feel a little drugged. Alexa, turn off Moon.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 7:25. The bins take usually like 10-15 minutes depending on traffic, and they don't open till 8, so I definitely will be early. I'm thinking about stopping and picking up some donuts for the employees. As long as they come from a store, they're fine with taking them. Actually, they did take something homemade from somebody once I saw, so maybe they're just fine with taking everything. But I know somebody told me to bring them in from the store if I ever wanted to bring them. And there's a donut shop on the way, and I have all the stuff I need for the bins. I have a pop-up hamper, and I have like a big TJ Maxx tote. I don't have an IKEA tote in here, which I should have, but that's it. That's all my husband's music stuff back there. He leaves it in the car since he plays almost every day, and we'll get going. Okay, so I was just in the bins for almost an hour. There isn't hardly anything. I think I spent $8, and that was mostly clothing, which is $1.59, $69 a pound. And there's a lot of clothing bins. Our bins are smaller, but there's nothing. I don't think they put anything out new this morning. So I've heard, word on the street is that they didn't do anything last night. So I'm gonna wait in my car for a little bit and then go back in and see if they've switched any of the bins out, because I went through almost every bin and I really went through them,
And I threw a few things back, but there wasn't any real gems, I guess. So that's the update. But I'm still glad I came. Still fun, still good to see people.